Next card. It's a weird looking card. What the heck is this?
Quito? Quito.
I didn't think this through. All right, let's continue.
Rack cat? A raccoon? What does that say? Loses all mobility when not in Japan. Rocket attacks target insanely loud noises.
All right. It's nice looking.
I'll order some more of these Beggy Mon cards for my shipper. Hang on, you guys. Pizza pie, Felipe, pizza pie. Turn on the ovens. Mozzarella and delicious.
The trolls are so fucked. Seriously? Like, listen to this idiot. I'm serious. Listen to this idiot. You said the other night, facts can't be insults. What if someone calls Cat fat, or is it different because she has medical issues that cause her to gain weight? She's not fat, you fucking retard. She's not. You haven't seen her in 2 years. Over 2 years. You're a fucking idiot. You can't say something you don't know as a fact. Therefore, you are wrong. Enjoy your ban. What a complete idiot. Seriously, let me ask you a question, a very serious question for anyone with a brain. You've seen how I have transformed in the last 2 to 3 years. You've noticed the body transformation that I've lost a significant amount of weight about 2 years ago. So beginning of 2024, mid-2024, I probably weighed about 200 to 210 pounds. Okay? Now I'm around 170. All right? I want you to think about that. Now, how do you think I did it? Diet, exercise, lifestyle changes. Okay? I'm married. Do you think that when we changed our diet, I started eating healthy and my wife didn't? You think she had a completely separate diet, completely different food that we stocked in the house for her versus me? Only an idiot would think that. So obviously, if she's eating the same food I am, if she's exercising and working out like I am, then she also has gotten healthy. You incompetent jackass. Anyway, well, I'm glad that we got that out of the way for the morons out there. Okay. Okay. Of course, someone tips $1.50, says, bring your wife on stream. Bring your wife on stream. No. Because you don't deserve it. Okay. Thanks for $1, though. You don't deserve her. That's the truth. These weirdos on the internet who hyper-obsess and hyper-focus and say toxic shit constantly don't deserve to see my wife. So fuck you. Okay. Why do I get different booster boxes? You can't hit the jackpot if you change slot machines. Thank you for the super chat. He says it's $5. He says, fantastic. You and Kat got healthy. I myself lost over 40 pounds recently. Congratulations to you. Life's been much better. It'd be cool if she showed up to a stream for a before and after of the couple if she's interested. She's not. She literally doesn't want to come on stream. Here's why. Here's the truth. We both went through a lot to get to where we are. We changed our diet, okay? We changed a lot of things about our lifestyle. We're working out. That's how we got to where we are. You know what'll happen the moment she comes on stream. The same thing that happens to me. So I come on stream and it's like, oh, he's on Ozempic. Oh, he has twig arms. Oh, his face is melting. Oh, they just move on to something else because now you can't say Phil's fat anymore, right? So that joke is done. You can't say it because it's factually untrue. So now you got to move on to the next toxic fucking thing, right? So if she comes on stream and she's skinny and gorgeous, they'll just say something else. They'll say something else insulting. They'll make something up if they need to, just to say something toxic. And that's just the next meme. So fuck them and their memes. They get nothing. They won't be able to say a damn thing because they don't get to see her. Period. Fuck them. Okay. So thank you, V. Souza. He says it's $6, is it? Or $5? No, Parasolo, quite frankly, this is the matter of fact, because he says Kat might be camera shy, which is fine. She's not camera shy. She just doesn't want to be bullied and made fun of for no reason. Like, she literally never did a damn thing to anyone on the internet. And so many of these weirdo, obsessed freaks have said horrible things about her for no reason. For what reason would you ever say something bad about my wife? What has she ever done to deserve it? Or ever said about anyone? Nothing. She's literally never said an inflammatory thing, a toxic thing. She's never done a single action that would be considered lolcow-esque. For me, you got a fucking endless list of shit that I said and done to make fun of. It makes sense. For her, it makes no sense at all. So why make yourself a target? Why even give people that? You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous how people act on the internet. So she doesn't want to give people that, so fuck them, you know? Triple A says there is a new standard coming out. Anyone who has any association with me whatsoever, it doesn't matter if it's my wife, my direct family members, my friends who you guys have known from being in my content over the years, my people who I've had brief interactions with, like interviews and things like that. And basically anyone who I've had some kind of an interaction with, these insane weirdo stalkers on the internet have harassed them, tried to find out all kinds of personal information about them, and they post it up on the internet for no reason. Because I want you to think about this. Do you really think I care or it affects me in any way because you found out about some distant acquaintance from 100 years ago and you reached out to them and said something about Darkside Phil? Do you think that a family member who we've never spoken with in the last 15 years all of a sudden is going to affect us because you said, hey, what about Phil? What do you think about him as a creator? Do you think he's an asshole? No, it doesn't affect us at all. It literally has no effect whatsoever. But these people are so insane, like literally they are so insane, they actually think this affects us. It doesn't. So they waste their time reaching out to these people, and it doesn't have anything to do with anything. Any dirt that they think they can get, like they'll try to get something from my youth or my wife's youth or something like that. You know, we're talking 10, 15, 20 years ago. It doesn't affect today. It doesn't. But they act like it's pertinent today because these people are so fucked in their head. They're so weird. That's the situation we're in. We got to deal with these people every day. So that's why we just ignore it. Like literally, that's why we just ignore it. We don't pay any attention at all to any of the crap. Oh, listen to this. Someone tipped 250 says, it's baffling to me a certain retreating R-word loves to criticize your wife, but when the mirror gets turned to him, he'll get insanely pissy. He'd rather stay home and restream you than spend time with his family. Keep up the good work. I don't even know who you're referencing, nor do I care, but I believe you. Anyone who's a troll of mine who's directly restreaming me all the time literally has no fucking life. That's why they do it. If they had a life, they wouldn't sit around restreaming me. They'd have something to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to give you a direct reference. Back in the day, I was part of the FGC, fighting game community. In the 2000s, it was very different than it was today, okay? When I was early on in my days of the fighting game community, I was good at fighting games, but not great. I was good where I came from, like Connecticut. In Connecticut, I was like the top dog, but outside of Connecticut, I wasn't that good. So what I would do is I would go online, I would talk shit to everyone. I would troll them, I would harass them. Seriously. I had a website where I trolled people. I went to SRK forums, shoryuken.com forums, and I trolled people. I was a troll because I was jealous of others' success and ability. 100% I can confess to that now. In this day, when I was in my early 20s, I was an online troll to the FGC because I was jealous that other people were so fucking good at Street Fighter and I wasn't, and I was pissed about it, so I would troll them online constantly. Then here's what happened. I basically got a life. I started playing for real, learning, getting good, And once I got good, I started winning at tournaments. When I started winning at tournaments, I realized it's more important to be good at the game and travel and win and have some reputation that's for a good thing than to be an online troll. So I stopped being an online troll completely. I started traveling. I started winning tournaments like Evo East. I started qualifying at all the Evo qualifiers. I started actually winning locals. And then I started running tournaments and being a positive influence on the East Coast of the United States, where in the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area, I would run tournaments and or organize them and help at tournaments. If I went to a tournament, I would volunteer to help run it to make it a better event for the community. And for those 2-3 years that I was at the top and doing the positive stuff was way more better, a better experience, positive experience. I had so much fun doing it that way than the 5 years that I was a fucking internet troll because I suck. Okay? If these people who sat online eternally, A-logging people, would actually just do something positive for themselves, to give them a positive motivation to do something good for themselves in their lives, whether that's a hobby, whether that's a job, whether that's a significant other, whether that's a skill, whatever it could be, they would actually find happiness rather than saying, I have to be happy by bringing others down. They could actually say, I'm happy because I'm actually having good things for me. But they're too dumb to realize that they can have true happiness. Instead, they would rather bring the others down to their level and then get some kind of a feeling of worth out of that. It's empty. It's meaningless. It's worthless. And it's a waste of your life. But they don't get it. I get it because I was there. I lived it. I pulled myself out of it. I learned from it. And being on the other side of it, I would never go back. I have no intentions of being an internet fucking troll because I have a life. Once you join reality, you don't want to go back to the world of online fantasy. Does that make sense? But a lot of people don't get it because they've never had a reality that was worth living. So they just live eternally online in the virtual world miserable. It's sad.